Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. We have... What's going on? Why are you stuck? We have set up a logistics network, and that logistics network from time to time gets a little weird. And one of these reasons I find is that, okay, that I think just needs an extra signal or two over here. Hang on. Because they're stuck in the same... okay, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. We should move those a little bit. By chance, I need a bit of a change signal over there, and we need an exit signal right over there. And I think that should sort it out. That's a little bit of a mess there, but it's okay. This should now work. Okay, anyway, what we'll do is we'll also place a signal over here and over there so that these two aren't seen as the same block either. Anyway, that's not going to ever work like that, so that's okay. That's not ever going to work as a switch due to how the signals are set up over there. Okay, a couple of things. So we'll keep an eye on the logistics network. I'm not convinced it works yet. I'll quickly tell you what I've done. So I've ended up having to split between... I don't quite understand why it does this, but if the fuel trains come here, even though we have... Okay, and for the time being we had a little bit of an issue, but we have fuel available over here. So is this a fuel train? No. So I just split between fuel and bitumen, because if the fuel and bitumen train comes here, even though both are available, they will only load one. It'll choose one and it'll load one, and it doesn't do one the one time and the other time. It just kind of picks one randomly, and that I don't understand, because all the other wagons, the open wagons that we use for these, they kind of load everything at the same time. So I don't know why that's the thing. So we've got two liquid storage trains. One is for fuel and one is for bitumen. And it kind of takes fuel and bitumen over there, and it deposits it over here. In what is this little town called? Can't remember. It's not that, is it? Stroprny. And the other one in Bibridge over here. And so that is what we kind of see. And then I've moved the tankered vehicles to distribute from these local ones, so that the road vehicles only travel very close distances to, well, as close distances we could potentially make it feasible to refill our various pieces. We haven't quite got around to filling everything up yet, but it is underway. So I'm happy that we'll reduce our fuel and bitumen imports quite substantially. If we look at this, yeah, absolutely, you're not going to import anything there. So that's the case. We're also trying to do a similar thing with goods. While we're trying to move a lot of the various goods that we make around. So the goods are coming from here, electronics and mechanical components over here, and then landing into this warehouse, and this train kind of distributes them to the various ones. But I kind of get that it fills up with something like clothes, and then it can't unload clothes, because we're not actually moving clothes to the various spaces. Okay, well, that's something that we'll do. That might actually help. Okay, I'm gonna do that quickly first. We're gonna grab one of these vehicles. Luckily we have one available over here. So what we're gonna do is you are just going to remove that and remove that. You can see our money is starting to run out, but I'm still comfortable with our buffer. We're gonna say you're gonna come over here and you're gonna make your way to the shopping center over here. And what you'll load over here, you will load both the electronics and the clothing. Those are the two items, and you're going to go and unload them. Wait until you're unloaded those two at the shopping center, and this will be local clothes and electronics. Okay, Bibridge, right, something like that, and save. There we go. So if we get you underway, you should start grabbing the stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And that should start using it over here. And yeah, we should stop importing those pieces. Food is a little bit of a dilemma, which we will move on to a little bit. We'll have to deal with that a little bit more as well. We will need a similar operation over here, though, to pick up electronics and clothes from this side as well. Nice. And then the question is, what do we do with food and alcohol? And I'm kind of wondering about that a little bit. What did this guy do? This guy brought us some food. And this guy is bringing us our very first stash of these things. So that's pretty cool. If we look at that, whoa. It emptied the food out really quickly. Really quickly. Those, I think, will last a fair bit. What was this guy? Also food. Also food. So do we have 2 food trucks that's doing the thing? We've got the refrigerated vehicles. Seems like we've got a number of additional... actually, one of these is unload. Ha ha ha. That was the issue. We were doing that. Okay, let's send you back here. No. Send you back to the depot, please. I think that was, yeah, it was part of our scheme to try and get all of that sorted out so I can re-establish them. So this guy, let me just quickly see. I'm assuming that one's empty as well. And it's unload. Yeah, absolutely. Go back there and we'll plan you out. And then the last one. Okay, that was actually going. And then this one, it's unload. Okay, yes, absolutely. Please come back over here. So once you're there, we'll then re-establish those lines. One of the things we have to do is get more of these components to the border to sell out. I believe, or to export, because we're not using a lot of them, and mechanical components is a very good product for us to export. We're doing pretty decently on the exports, but let's have a quick look. So mechanical components does a pretty decent job. Not as much as electronic components, but we have a bit of an issue on chemicals and at the moment. Plastics, I think we're absolutely fine on, but chemicals, I think we're struggling a little bit. So we want that to be beefed up again. And I'd rather send these out before we send out steel. Because let's say, yeah, I mean, that's going to be so much better for us to just convert most of our steel into this instead. I think that's kind of where we're going to go. So what I'll do is I'll grab one more of these vehicles over here. And we'll just kind of delete all the stuff here. And what we'll do is we'll go here and we'll say, pick up there, please, and take it to this one, and then that's going to be like the 4th one or something. We'll have to check it out. You're going to load mechanical components and you're going to unload mechanical components, and you can make a start. I quickly want to have a look here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Cancel. Switch that off. That's fine. If I have a look at this guy, how many vehicles do we have on export? We have up to 4 export vehicles, I believe. Export mechanical components, export 4. Yeah, so this is export 5. Mech components, hang on. Mech components, export 5. And that should hopefully beef up our exports of that a little bit. I don't want to overdo it though, but I believe we can comfortably do at least 1 more, potentially even 2 more. Let's do that while we've got the vehicles hanging around over here. Well, we need to sort out our food a little bit better still. But anyway, let's do that. And we'll do from there to there. It's a little bit of a drive. So, but anyway, it's not too far actually. And they're pretty speedy, these vehicles. So, and this is going to be mechanical components export 6. So I think that is about the number that we're going to look at the moment. It should do a decent job. Okay, now, so we've got 2 vehicles trying to sell some of these stuff off here. Yeah, so these are full up and we're definitely not using them to its potential. Let's just see what is this guy doing? you should really not be waiting to unload. Because we don't have additional space slots for you. So you can just continue to drive back and forth. But yeah, unfortunately, that means we're not actually doing... The one thing that I'm missing is a way to say, to put some if statements into the loading. So if we say, well, this guy is full of that, you shouldn't load it on the other side, or something to that effect. If statements in the loading, unloading would be really super awesome. I want to make sure that we always have steel here. So I think we're kind of doing a decent job at constantly having steel here. Yeah, I think it's fine. I haven't seen us run out of steel over there. These guys are all working. That is filling up nicely. This has stopped filling up because we don't have chemicals. So let's quickly go and have a look at what's going on with the chemical production. Food, all of this, the crops is absolutely full everywhere. So we do need to maybe start moving crops over that way. I think that is a thing. Let's see. Do we actually have vehicles that's doing that? No, these are buses. So buses bringing in people. Very little amounts of people, I might add. How many people are in here? 1, 3. Okay, so we're out of people down here. These things are empty. Okay, I can fill them up. And then hopefully we'll have more people to do the work. That's one of the things we're doing. I've done the same over here. I've filled up these buildings. We have people without jobs, which is perfect. What? 501 vehicles unable to... Yeah, okay, fine. People, not vehicles. Okay, that's kind of okay. Only 7 without a job, though. So that is scary. Are we running enough people in here? And this is my thing. I don't think there's enough people coming to work over here. This is missing chemicals. That's fine. Chemicals is a constant source of our concern. So we need way more people to work that. And we're really not producing chemicals at any proper rate. It produces so few chemicals per day that we would need massive amounts of chemical space. Yeah, so these guys, we just need so many chemicals. So what we're going to do is chemicals, unfortunately, will have to be imported. So what we'll do is we will select the importation of chemicals. And so hopefully, at some point, we can stop doing that. So chemicals should now be available to all of these guys, and we can stop importing chemicals once we sort this one out. I just don't want the flow of electronics and the likes to stop. So I'm going to do the similar thing over here. I know we are bringing chemicals in, but what we'll do is we'll import... really? Wow. Anyway, we'll import our very first stack of chemicals over here. And then from there on out... Really? We're importing that much? Can we... So we'll have to like import everything. Wow. That is just not on. Anyway, we need the electronics components over here. So that is something that we're going to need. And hopefully our exports can solve that. That cost us a lot of money to switch those two on. Okay, hopefully we are moving enough of this around. Mechanical components. We still have some electronics going on over here. The mechanical components here has gone... So we haven't had any issues here yet. So actually what I need to do is I just need to move the mechanical... Oh, that's already been moved. It's already been moved, but we can still get electronic components up here. There's so much logistics that needs to be done. I've spent hours trying to figure this one out. What I'm doing with these trains is once they actually fill up the other two, they should export. So at the moment, the tanks haven't been filled up yet. So see, they're still quite a while away. But once they're filled up, any overflow will go to straight to the like I'm doing with these guys. Any overflow goes straight to there. Okay, so this guy, please, let's just double check. So yes, so these rail construction yard, no, you're gonna go and collect all of the steel, bricks and prefab panels and boards directly from over here. They're collecting those directly from those warehouses, and I'm kind of tempted that they should rather collect them over here. Yes, let's do that. Let's say you guys, you buddies, these are going to be collected here, those are going to be collected there. The concrete, asphalt, and gravel is closer, but concrete and asphalt is still a fair bit away. What we could potentially do, if we are going to do big construction projects over here, is we could do an asphalt and concrete facility over here, so it's a little closer to pick stuff up. But I don't think we're going to do much more. What I need to do now is bring in a few more workers, and then we're going to switch over to trying to sort out chemicals. And if we have to build another facility, that is exactly what we're going to do. So let's pick a couple of buildings here. Okay, let's close that one off. Okay, that's one. I'm really taking people out of this stuff. 2, 3. Okay, 3 more buildings. Oh, that one isn't even full. I don't want them over here. I want them over here to this this new big facility here. So let's move them over. Hopefully, this will help us out a fair bit. Okay, people should be happier to move here, I would imagine. Initially, we had so many extra workers here, and now all of a sudden we do not. So anyway, there is a fair bit additional workers, and they should have access to a school, kindergarten. Yes, absolutely. And that the only one that they don't have access to is the hospital, which I think is kind of okay because the ambulance can come and get them, should it be an issue. Fabrics. Okay, so this is not actually filling up. It means it's filling up over here. So the question with this is we're not actually using fabric anywhere just yet. All of this, actually, this warehouse is filling up pretty nicely, actually. Pretty nicely. And everything that's happening should be working, right? You're missing crops. Okay, crops is being delivered over here. I think what we need to do, and then this guy is running full back and forth, right? Because it's filled up with clothes. Exactly, so that's the issue here. So what we'll do is I'm going to grab an additional vehicle to just run crops. What did we... Oh, we're still doing some food stuff here, but we'll have to redo the food network a little bit. Okay, and I think a little train line is due. Okay, so we'll grab this guy and say you are going to run more crops for us. So from there to here, you will be running crops, just to make sure that we are maximizing what we're doing over here. And then, sorry, then we're going to go over to crops, local crops fabric, and you're off. Okay, so that should help us out a little bit. An additional load or two should, I think, deal with it. Could deal with it, especially once we get this to work a little bit better. Okay, let's come and have a look at what's going on with the situation here. We can't put wood in there, so that's not gonna, it's got its crops. The crops is actually coming into this one, so that's not a problem. It doesn't use that much at all, so that the issue is it doesn't use a lot of anything, but it needs tons more workers. So my question is there enough workers kind of hanging around over here? I think so. So let's add an additional, potentially additional couple of buses. Ooh, there's some extra ones we can use for distribution over here. We'll get back to those. I'm going to grab us a couple of extra buses, actually. Buses, so let's grab 2 more of these guys and 2 more of those guys, because I want to run the mines as well. The mines are, yeah, struggling a little bit. I need more people to get to the mines. So let's do these ones first. Ooh, actually, grab me a copy of this. Thank you. Copy that one and move it over here, there and there. Nice. Then we'll say, go do your thing, buddies. Go do your things. The other ones that I want to do is this vehicle here. I'm going to say copy that to that, and then we'll set these two off. Because I think we're not doing a good loop of people. And here are people waiting to go to work. I've switched off the workers coming to these facilities for now, because they're a bit for later use. So I'm hoping everybody is just making their way over here to fill up over there. That's fine. We don't need every vehicle to fill up to its brim. But we do need more people to be getting onto the buses here. Okay, that's good. That one's got a pretty decent load. That's pretty light though. That's pretty light too. Yeah, I'm not sure we're getting enough workers into the various vehicles just yet, and that's part of our problem over here. We really need to maximize this one to 50. And then the issue is, how much chemicals do we use? So we're producing potentially a half a ton of chemicals. This one uses 10 tons of chemicals. $10 tons of chemicals per day potentially. But we're off to 5% of that. So instead of, yeah, so now this one at that rate will use all of the chemicals we're producing. Okay, at that rate, at the very lowest rate, it'll use all the chemicals we're producing if we've got that one full. This one uses another half per day if we fully use this guy. So that's 0.25 is what this one is using at the moment, and potentially we can trim this down a little more, maybe something like that. Still missing crops? Really? Oh yeah, because these guys need to take it over. Okay, that's fine. So that should be okay. And then these guys use how much? Wow, 1.2, and we really want to try and maximize this. So that's another. So we need a lot more chemical plants. That's basically what we're saying over there. We need, okay, so what I think we need to do is build a massive chemical plant. And guys, just bear with me. I think there was a mod actually, because I think this one just produces so little chemicals, so little. Nah, but let's not get into mods. I don't want something that's gonna overpower this thing for me. So what it potentially means is I need to build a ton more chemical plants, and I didn't really bear that in mind. So what I could do is I could put a few more in here, and we could actually just pipe the oil this way. Yeah, that could definitely happen. So I can do that. I'm getting wood from over here. I'm getting gravel from over there. So that's okay. We can make that work for us. So I think at least 2 more chemical plants right over here. And I don't think that warehouse is gonna, but we're getting crops from over here though. All gravel crops over here. Yeah, so chemical plants. Let's quickly have a look. Chemical improvements. If we go various industries, actually it's the oil industry where we got this. Chemical plants. There we go. Okay, we should have sufficient to build these things, so I'm not too worried about the cost of building it. I just want to make sure we are in fact, okay, we can do something like this. But if we do that, so let's say we do that, right? Let's say we place one there and one. It's not going to work like that though. Okay, you know what? Our money is kind of bouncing back a little. Let's cancel this one for now. Yeah, it's. I really didn't plan that one out when I did this over here, but really, so we're going to use this area. Yeah, this area is going to be fine. We're going to use this area. I just need to move these closer to the road. So let's place a new set of these guys in here. think something like that should be sufficient. So we'll get that going. Hopefully that means these guys will start building them straight away. So let's get the crews to come out here and build them. Are you gonna do your thing? I always wonder how they actually access them. It's not picking it up as construction. So can you please, road connection must exist. How do you get a road connection to go to one of these things? All right? They don't have road connections. Oh, it has to go. Ah, I see. No. It has to go all the way to the... Anyway, let's have a look. If I quickly have a look at this, we can't actually cut across. We can cut across there, and building is in the way. So, but we can cut across here and then tie in that way, and we'll tie that one in there. Okay, so we'll just have to do that. On this side, can we... I believe we should be able to do that. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'm going to then just let's pause the game. Let's get rid of this wire over here. So we'll make a little bit additional room for us. Okay, then what we'll do is we will tie that one. Okay, that's going to be much better. So in that case, I'm just going to build it so that we don't run out of power. Build that as well. Okay, now hopefully we have slightly better room over here. So one of the things that I'm going to need us to do is get our factory connections going a little bit more appropriately. So what we'll do is we will do maybe something like that, then like this, then like that, then we'll get the modded one. So we'll sort that out now. Let's just see if these connect. Yes, perfect. Now let's go with the oil industry. So we'll luckily the oil pipes are pretty easy to maneuver. So if we go with the chemical plant, which is there, the idea is, and we'll so we're still nowhere close to making this work though. I believe we should be able to make it work over here, but yeah, it is crazy difficult to get these things to work. So that one, I think that one's going to be fine. We'll do that. This one, we could get this to work if we can flatten. That's very close, very close. That is really close. Come on, it's so close. It's literally one block that doesn't want to. Hang on. I'm gonna try and maneuver that a little bit. So if I say it's level the terrain, right? If I say level, ooh, it's leveling the wrong direction. Don't think that's what I wanted to do. If we say this one instead. Yeah, that's what I want to try and do. That's what I want to try and do. Okay, let's just check on this first. I hate it when my buildings burn down. Good, no, that should be fine. Fire truck should be on its way. Because it's got the road access right underneath it. A fire truck should be on its way. If we... Really? Fire truck was called and is headed to this fire. Anybody from... Is it from this side? Really? Where's the fire? Oh, is there a closer one somewhere? Let's just see. Where is this thing? I'm really worried. There it goes. I don't think it may not get there in time, actually. No, maybe it will. Ooh, that's really far. That's really far to travel. This one is so much closer. I don't know why I didn't get it from there. Because line of sight, maybe. That is crazy. No! This thing's going to burn down. This is why you need a little bit of a buffer with money, just to make sure that you can... Yeah, this is going to burn down. This is going to burn down. Just didn't make it. Just didn't make it. Okay. Your bad. My bad. Okay, that's a bit of a bummer. Okay, let's quickly fix that before we go back to our stuff. So I need to do that and that. It was one of these modded connections for the conveyor belt, conveyor or pipe connections. It was a road. It was the over the road crossing. Yep, the over the road crossing. Can we, yeah, get it to be a little, yeah, something like that, I believe should work. Let's get the other pieces in there just to make sure it does work, because these things are, oh man, these things are so finicky. Now I'll have to, you know what's going to happen here? I'm going to have to dump that one. Just because of this. Jeez, this is so frustrating. Now it'll work, right? And then this one will work. This one won't work. Okay, well, good call then. Let's get rid of that then. These as well. Can we just get rid of that? Thank you. And over there, thank you. Okay, so presumably we're going to need to give that a little bit more room. See, this is why things just shouldn't burn down, and why I take it so seriously when something does in fact go alight. I think if I just move it a little closer to this side, it will work. I think it was merely a matter of the spacing thing. So if we do that, that's going to work. If we do that, it'll work. And if we're going to do that, it'll work. And so build it at a massive 100k, and we'll build this one, and we'll build these ones, just so that we don't disrupt any of the supply lines. That's already becoming a bit of a problem. Okay, there we go. So all of that should now once again be running properly. Yep, there, everything is going. Okay, good. Okay, back to where we were dealing with these things. Oh yeah, I was busy leveling. Let's have a quick look here. Chemical plant. Ooh, and the issue that I obviously have by doing it this way, right? Oh, now it's just a matter of a bit of infrastructure being in the way. See, so I don't think that's going to work, but we do need to be mindful of our connections. Because if I do this, right? Yeah, we're gonna run that we can run. That's gonna be okay. The oil will have to run at the back here. Really, is that okay? Hang on. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna, what's this? Can I just why can't I see? Yes, demolish this thing. Why can't I see my mouse? Come on. Will that go away, please? Yep. Okay, gone away. Okay, I'm gonna move it in. Do that very same thing. We'll just move it inbound a little. So if we place it there, that actually works. Actually, let's do the same thing over here. Let's maneuver that one a little bit further away. Oh, it actually works quite well like that. Nice. Okay. So with that a little further away there, presumably we'll be able to squeeze it in now. Let's try it. Let's try it again. So unfortunately, a lot of this game is trying to make connections and stuff work. Okay, so that will in fact now work, but the question that will remain in my mind on this is whether we can get the oil. Okay, so if that works, right, if we add 2 more stops like that, and we quickly have a look at our factory connection, it should, oh man, okay, I can, well, that's okay. That is fine. I'm happy with that. as a connection. Okay, now we need to set up, yeah, and this is going to be the challenge. We need to set up both the oil connection. Somewhere over here we'll have to put pump forwarding and run oil through here, which is going to be an absolute disaster. Plus we need the other conveyors. So if we say do conveyors like how does that even work? And if this thing goes on fire, it's going to be crazy. We'll have to actually, what we'll do is let's go with a modded one. Is there 3 rails, 2 rails? Is there anything that does a high level stuff? The roadside option is probably the best one for us. Okay, so that kind of thing, like so, even though I'm sure we're not going to be able to make this work, maybe we can. So if we say do something like that, not that that feels like it should be working, then we connect it like so, does not work. We connect it like so, does not work because of this, because of these things. Okay, you know what I'm going to try though? I'm going to say if we say get rid of these. Okay, anyway, maybe I shouldn't do that on camera. Maybe I should just kind of sort that out. One more look at this and then we'll move on to what the rest of the issue will be. So that will actually work and that will actually work. Now we just need to get those things through there. Just double check that this actually works. Yeah, that will work. Okay, so that's fine. That seems quite reasonable. Then let's just try one more time over here. No, go there and we get that one. Yeah, so this could work if we, yeah, I think this could work if we move it a little lower. So give me this. Actually, I think we may actually have it all sorted out. If we can get it pretty close to the building there. Let's try something like that. Maybe that'll work. Oh yeah, that's why. Overlaps an existing construction. I believe it's probably the building, isn't it? Honestly, okay, anyway, I'm not going to mess with it anymore. So the idea be that we do something like this, and that'll actually move the stuff to the warehouse over there. So that should hopefully run us. Oh, excellent. I'm happy that we have much more people now working here. But we're not actually getting it done quickly enough, and I'm sure, yeah, here comes it. So actually, that's pretty decent. That is pretty decent. Though we're probably filling it up. Anyway, we're using it very quickly. So I need to sort that out. We need more people to come and live here as well. And then we need to connect those pieces in there so we can have a bigger chemical production over here. Then the other issue that we're also trying to do is we're moving. Oh, look at this. My rail bridges are done. Oh, these sections are done. So I'm assuming they're doing this. Is this under construction? No, it's not. So these guys aren't actually doing it. Okay, well, let's go back and let's just assign that. So sometimes this doesn't actually do the thing the way you would like it to. Ah, excellent. We are filling up on fuel over here. So our local fuel supply is doing its thing. I would like you to please do that and that. This is going to be a nightmare to try and get that done. So they'll do those. What I'll do is I'm going to pay for these because those, otherwise I'll just have to build so much other stuff to get these guys to turn around and get there. But this presumably will work. We'll be able to finish that off and then we can run the rail out there. But the great thing is we've managed to complete the building of the rail network over here. So now we can actually continue on towards whatever our oil town over here will be. And because the construction of rail will take us absolute ages to do, we will run one through here as well. So that one will run straight through there. Okay, let's actually do the alignments of these things. So we can plan that out. Okay, a little something like this. Should we? Okay, let's see how we can connect onto this. Are we? Oh, actually, we can't do that. So hang on. Let's cancel that. Let's see about bridges quickly. I want to do the speedy bridges. So what we've done was this one. The truss bridge is the quickest one. So we'll continue to provide those bridges. And I'm kind of wondering, do we just run it straight over here? Presumably, let's cancel the bridge thing there quickly. Let's see if we do it over there. Yeah, that's better. And we need to bear in mind that we're going to need 2 bridges. And we'll do a bridge kind of right over there as well. And I'm not sure that's going to work with any boats, but we'll see if that does in fact do something like it. So if we do another bridge there and another bridge there, and now let's see, can we actually connect these up? We can. It's not the straightest connection, but it does kind of work. Which side did we take this from? Okay, so we need to go ahead and tie in. No, that's not on. I don't like that. It's a little bit of a hill at the end there. Okay, hang on. Let's do the auto ruble thing. No. That's not what I wanted to do. Why did it do that? What? Whoa. That's insane. And that's just because, well, then now we have to make it work through here. Anyway, now, okay, so now, that is really not what the intention was. Okay, well, it's going to save us time. I'm not going to go back in that, but that wasn't intended. I thought we can just level it out and not get everything that I've been planning constructed straight away. That's been a bit of a bummer. Okay, well, I've switched it back off again. Okay, so that's kind of the idea here. Now we've got these bridges built, which is, it's not great. Okay, so now this thing will run all the way over here to that station. So we'll run it across and down. Wow. Yeah, so what we should have done, and I would have known that, is we should have done the bridges a little higher, started them over here, instead of run them down at the bottom over there. Now they're pretty low, and if we had any hopes of getting stuff to work there, that's kind of negated that. Okay, so what we'll do is we will say go ahead and construct those. So we'll hopefully get the guys to do it, and then the next thing we want to do is okay, let's just switch on the, can we just get rid of these things? I want to switch on the oil. Oil seems to be offshore a lot, but then also inland over here. So this area over here is going to be the big oil industry, where we're going to do a lot of our stuff there. So if we, no, don't do that. Thank you. Just don't do that. Just why? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try that one more time. If we say we're gonna run the rail somewhere like this, and I want to try and run it where wow, that is long distance rail. Long distance. The other option is pipe. Yeah, so let's do it. Let's run it right up the middle here. Wow, that is massive distance. Massive distance. We'll do that. And oh, hang on. Something like that, and okay, let's do a nice big interchange there so that we can potentially do very long rail tracks. Hopefully that doesn't, it's not too much of a bummer. Let's do this one. We'll do exactly the same. We'll give it, okay, hang on. Okay, like so, and then we'll tie that one in over there. This needs to be, yeah, that's the one. That's the maneuver there. We'll also do that maneuver over there, and no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I don't know why it does that. Every now and again it gives you one of these that just is not a feasible construction. So let's run it like so. We'll start it off, and then we'll find it a spot over there. So there we go. So with that in mind, that's going to be our line that runs all the way down south. Let's quickly get the rest of the line down here. So that's going to kind of be, and we could connect it back up to the other side. I'm kind of tempted to do that, but that's a lot of rail construction, a lot. So bear that in mind. That's a real big lot of rail construction. It'll take a long time for these guys to get that built. Why is this not working? Okay, up to there, and over there, and over here, and something like that should be fine. Okay, now that is massive. That is a massive construction. So we'll see. Look at that. It's our full total budget to try and get that funded. We don't want to do that. Definitely, we don't want to do that. So I'll have to make a little bit of a plan to get a little bit more money. But what I'm happy with is that we've actually managed to sort out the rest of this. Where are our constructor vehicles? They are stuck because of nonsense. Yeah, this is supposed to be a change signal, I think. It is a change signal, so why you're supposed to go through there, right? That's where you're heading, so that should work. But there is an issue over here. And the issue with that is that really you shouldn't be able to come into here. So we need to have this as one big block. And now this guy's obviously stuck because, yeah, to be honest, they need some additional signals over here though. So we'll get a signal there and a signal here. Yeah, I think that'll kind of sort things out. So now everybody should be able to do their thing once more. What's going on over here? Do we have some chemicals? Very little chemicals available over there, which is understandable. These guys are heading out there now to go and fix up the rest of what they need to build there. All of this is underway. We've got, assuming, decent amount of coal happening. We still need to build that, but I don't think we're actively managing our coal supply as well as we should. So all of that is fine. Construction, I don't want to start construction here until I've got all of this figured out, which I will do in between episodes, and that'll be kind of our chemical production. I can also have a quick look to see if there's a little more oil available anywhere over here for us to tap into. Yes, absolutely. So we could presumably tap into a little bit more oil right over here, which will be quite helpful, I think. Anything else around here? There's a little bit. Anything over here? Ooh. Yeah, no, nothing's going to be helpful. I think there is about our best bet. Ooh. No. There's a pretty decent oil field right over here. Nice. Anything? No, nothing. Well, I'm not going to go in town to get the oil. Yeah, so there's a bit. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, we will be able to ramp up our oil production a fair bit over here to kind of get these numbers up a little bit more. How's these numbers going? Is this actually producing? It is producing. We're producing at low rates. We're not close to producing those amounts, but I am happy that we are producing, and we're probably. Oh no no no! We're not out producing our trains. That's a bummer. Okay, so let's shift that up a little bit. How are we on? Yeah, there's tons of oil supply here. Yeah, I have proper oil supply here to deal with, so we can ramp up production over there, and if we can tap into a little bit more oil right over here, that would be awesome. Actually, let's quickly lay out a few of them just so that we don't forget about it. I'm very worried I'll forget about stuff like that. Anything else? It's a little bit spot over there, but yeah, the big chunk is right over here. We'll get the closest one first. Let me zoom in so I can kind of see how we place this thing. That makes sense. So potentially something like that in the greenest, very heart of the greenest spot there. We'll have an oil rig that goes in there. That's pretty good. Then we've got more oil rigs right over here. Ooh, over there is a nice green spot there. We'll place one over there. Nice. We'll place one over here. Oh yeah, man, these are pretty good. Actually, it needs to be even closer. We are gonna place one of them right over there. Oh yeah, we'll have tons more oil to deal with. Okay. Even here. Okay. There are tons more. That's the bottom line is we can have a massive another big additional oil field over here that we can start bringing oil in here. I do want oil to be coming from a drum, and presumably we want to start linking all of these together instead of. Anyway, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, guys, I think what I'm going to do is for now, for the time being, I'm going to put a cut in this episode. I'm just kind of explaining to you my thought process as we go. Are we getting more people up here? Seems a little bit more appropriate. Are we getting a little bit more in here? Yeah, absolutely. So our chemical production should be a little bit more decent. Are we able to? No, we're still fully importing. But we do have a little bit over here, so presumably the train that comes by can actually move things around. My question would be, are we getting any of that in here? Oh, we are! We've got chemicals around. The issue is we're not using enough clothes so that this guy doesn't actually empty out. So we'll keep an eye on what we can potentially do with that. I'm kind of tempted to maybe just run a couple of trucks with clothing to the border. I think that's one of the things we could do. Let's see over here. Are we getting chemicals over here? If we are, I'm assuming we're not. So why are these guys? So these guys are just kind of waiting it out, right? And the issue with waiting it out, yeah, we're not getting any of the plastics in. There's a little bit of plastic there. Yeah, so we're not getting the plastics in that we should be getting in here. Oh, and that's a bit of a bummer as well. Okay, what I'm going to do, and it's not great, I'm going to have to do the plastic import as well, just until we can get stuff figured out. Because honestly, I don't want this stuff to stop. Plastics, I think, is a little, I don't know, could be equally as expensive. Anyway, as long as we keep this production up, this uses very little steel. This uses much more steel, and I want to make sure that we are actually doing a decent job at getting steel out there. We have enough steel, we just need to get it there. And to be honest, and for me to get this number up a little bit, because I've now made a bit of a dilemma, with the money. It's not that bad, and we can also borrow money if we have to. I'll just get another vehicle in here. Let's procure one more vehicle. I do want to start building our own vehicles. That would help a lot. And if we start exporting vehicles, that would be awesome. We're looking for an open hull. Presumably either that one or this one. 13 tons of steel, 9 tons. No, I'm going to go with this one. Anything that does more than that, more than 13 tons. I doubt it. I don't think. Ooh, 12, but very slow. No, really, that vehicle that we had there is absolutely the best one we have. We'll buy one more of them. I'm gonna grab. This guy is going to electrical supply. Yeah, absolutely. Copy that. Thank you. Over there, and get underway, please. So another load of that should then hopefully help that out. So it's a lot of min-maxing, trying to get everything to work. What's on this train? Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff on here that's not actually being moved around or used. We need the plastic to actually make its way over there. So there's still not, the distribution network isn't quite working, and I still need to figure out alcohol and food as well. So yeah, there's so much to figure out, but I do want to get our chemical supply up a little bit more, and then we'll wait while all of this gets built. Yeah, presumably that can, I'm hoping we can do that pretty quickly, really. That's kind of the idea, that we do that as quickly as possible. This should be able to do it fairly quickly. Nice. And then we can do some other, we can come and connect up here and expand the town here. I'm kind of wondering whether what we do is we build a nice big capital with lots of workers and a TV station and all these kind of things over here. And then we'll have buses and stuff around, and we'll bring power to the people and all these kind of things. I think that's kind of the plan for us as we expand this journey. Also kind of wondering whether at some point we run this railway and we'll go up somewhere else. Do we have any other big towns? Let's just have a quick look before we end the episode. And I've probably said this a million times now that I'm ending the episode, and there's so many things I want us to do. There's a border over there. Is there a way for us to see? No, well, really, the only places that we have towns are down here and up here. And so where are all these people that's kind of living here? 37,000 people, with 16,000 of them without homes, because I'm trying to slowly move them all into my towns to come and work the fields and the facilities and all these kind of things. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been fun. I will see you in the next episode, where I will have sorted out the chemical setup. Well, I would have figured out how we're going to set that up, and we will continue to progress this this glorious city of ours. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.